I'm thrilled and honored to have Ken Hardley. Ken Hardley is incredibly well known in the community, founder and of the Rolling Hills Radio syndicated program, which had a 10-year run, incredible programming. And Ken is a highly accomplished musician, highly accomplished promoter. And I gotta tell the quick backstory. It was about a year ago today that my son Brent Peterson was performing at Shaw Buck's restaurant before a crowd, and Ken was an invited guest together with some of the members of the Jamestown Community Baseball, and there standing in the corner was George Carlo, one of them, together with Ken. I'm not sure they knew each other. It was just sort of the banalities that go on in a bar. And the next thing you know, I introduced them with a rah-rah and enthusiasm and saying, Ken, you're the performer extraordinaire. And one of the things we do not have as part of this Jamestown Community Baseball operation is an anthem. It would be such a thrill, Ken, if you would be the chairman of the anthem committee. Now, I must tell you, with a little glitter in my eye, I didn't think that would actually happen. Well, the next couple of days, Ken emailed both Randy Anderson of the Chautauqua Sports Hall of Fame and myself and saying, hey, give me some names, I got some ideas. So the rest is history. And so today, the world premiere of this, Ken Hardley.
Well, thank you, Greg. I never know quite what to say. I guess thank you. I do have caller ID, and I answered anyway. But at any rate, thank you, Mary Teresi, for letting me know that I'm the Paul McCartney of the Jammers. This is Paul McCartney played for the Angels recently, right? Yeah. The only difference is that I'm right-handed. Other than that, I'm just like Paul McCartney. So I have a lot of, you didn't think I was going to get up here without talking, did you, Greg?
No.
I have a lot of wonderful memories of my kids, bringing my kids here. And one of them was my daughter, Molly, was a bat girl, and for a couple of games, and that happened to be, one of the games was a night where there was a giveaway, little tiny toilet plungers. I don't quite know who they are. And she was hanging out in the dugout, and they put one on top of her helmet, and she didn't know. So she's walking around with this thing sticking up. So one of my wonderful memories. Also, I remember, anybody remember Brandon Inge, the Detroit Tigers, to the World Series as a catcher? You may or may not remember that he started catching here, and I think he was a third baseman, and they converted him to catcher. And so we got a lot of looks at past balls. We spent a lot of time watching baseball back there as Brandon was scrambling to hit the ball. Put a new meaning on the phrase, man on third, less than 2 outs. But at any rate, he went on to become Brandon Inge. Well, I have my lyrics here, so forgive me if I don't have it quite right. When I was younger, I could memorize lyrics in 15 minutes. Some of you might be able to relate. I'm hoping to have these memorized by Christmas. It's not as easy to do that as it used to be. Anyway, thank you, Greg, for asking me to do this. You hear this okay?
Yeah.
Dietrich Park, our Jammers take the field on defense. The fastball whips past the hitter like a spark. He's stuck in his hitter's stance. Now it's 3-1, the hitters count. Our guy gives it a ride. Say goodbye to the ball, it's over the fence. Our Jammers have hit their stride. Baseball, baseball, we stand and cheer our team. Baseball, baseball, in Jamestown reigns supreme. coffin or bright lights, we might be here all night. There's nothing more fun than that. Baseball, baseball, we stand and cheer our team. Baseball, baseball, in Jamestown reigns supreme. In Jamestown reigns supreme. In Jamestown reigns supreme.
Yes, yes. Well, first of all, I have to thank Greg very much for the nice introduction. I'm going to ask him to go wherever I go. At any rate, the song itself, yes, coming up with exactly what the lyrics were going to be was a little bit of a, I've never done anything like this before. I'm kind of commissioned to do this kind of a song. And I've been a baseball fan for my entire life, and I've been a Jamestown baseball fan since we moved to this area. So my heart was in this, and I wanted to make sure it was just right. So I wrote the lyrics and then found out the name of the team. So it put a whole new spin on what we could do with the lyrics. And so there's the story of that. As far as the tune itself, I just tried to write a jingly kind of thing that would stick in your head. And people have told me, yeah, it's an earworm. Thanks a lot, Ken. Indeed, Greg did a wonderful job on that video, and I'm glad to hear how he worked the theme song in here and there. It was it's wonderful. It's a very entertaining video to watch. Actually, we're going to be putting it up on my Facebook page, Ken Hardley Music Facebook page, and in fact, it may be up right now. Yeah, well, let's say that I got tremendous inspiration from the name of the team. I like everyone else. I heard it and I said, I've never heard anything like this as a team name, but it's wonderful. So we were able to weave it into the lyrics. I have to say, my partner helped me with this, and the two of us got this humorous chemistry going and just put it down as the theme song. I was a little worried. Do they really want something funny here? And then I thought, the name of the team is the Tarpskunks. Of course they do.
Ken, I'll ask the question because this is not just you doing a solo song. You've got a whole group of people, the Grand Skunk Railroad, as we've dubbed it. How did you pull together that group? And how, talk about the various elements of this.
One of the things I'm happiest about was that we were able to pull local musicians together. This town is rich in tremendous musicians. So, I kind of walk around and talk constantly, so I know basically everybody. So I'm happy to say that you hear those hand claps and the cheers. That's a bunch of kids that we pulled together. Madison Hill from the Maple Grove High School, a bunch of little guys from Jamestown Elementary School District, and it was wonderful to have all those kids in the studio to do all of that. They had a great time. But also local musicians like Jay Peterson, Dave Swart, Steve Chappell, Cindy Love. It was great to have them all in the studio, and everybody was enthused by the entire project. They all were happy to be part of it, and we had a great time in the studio together too. It's a fun project. At Lost Recording Studio, and again, it's a facility that you would not expect a city of our size to have. They're very, very great at engineering, and I'll record a song with them engineering it, and I'll send it to a Nashville producer expecting them to have us redo things. Never. They say, this is perfectly engineered. We can make this into a song.
Sure, a reunion. That'd be fantastic. Better than the Beatles. This would be great, yeah. The band is back. Get to crowd closure, Dennis. I really want to repeat the last line of the song, and this is a great tribute to Ken and the Grand Skunk Railroad. We are here to see the funky skunk boys. We proudly wear their black and white, which I have on today. The smell of pride is in the air. Jamestown fun on this fragrant night. Great.
We proudly wear their black and white. The smell of pride is in the air. Jamestown fun